always Nick Busy. This is my partner Contact, combined with Filth and Foul, and you're watching the 406ers podcast.
That's right. And today we got a special episode that I am super stoked about because we have my all-time favorite Bobcat in the house, which is actually saying a lot because MSU has pumped out a lot of studs over the last decade at least. So after transferring from the University of Wisconsin, you came here, became a third-team All-American, second-team All-Big Sky honors. Hardest runner I've ever seen come through MSU. I've seen you describe yourself as a competitor, like a true dog. You bring the fight to the opponents every game. You take it to them. 15th in MSU rushing history stands out to me because I feel like you really only got about two seasons in. So, and hey, let's not forget you brought a national championship back to Bozeman for the first time in 41 years. So
yeah,
gotta applaud that. So without further ado, we got Julius Davis in the house.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, everybody? I want to thank you guys for having me on here. It's an honor, a blessing, just to be able to be on this platform that you guys have created. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm excited for today.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you being here.
Yes,
Appreciate you agreeing to do it. You know,
of course.
Like we've approached a few Bobcat players, and we got Lampson to do some drops for us for our festival and stuff. But
Yes, sir.
tried to get him on here, but I understand it's not for everybody. So he's crazy with the sponsorships and stuff right
he
now.
probably got a lot going on.
Yeah,
right now.
so going to rodeos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just kind of want to walk through your life and your football career. Forgive me if I slaughter the name of your hometown. Is it Menominee Falls?
Yeah, Menominee Falls.
That's right.
I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
But I ended up moving to Menominee Falls to get some better opportunities in high school. And my dad made that decision. We were thinking about, Florida, some of the big Texas, Cali, the big football states. But we ended up going with Menominee Falls and had a blast there. They created an amazing opportunity for myself and actually a few other players I played with now that are signed in the NFL too. But yeah, man, like I started playing football when I was in first grade, flag football.
Nice, yeah.
Was too aggressive. So
You were too aggressive?
Yeah,
Right.
too aggressive. So my dad was like, yeah, it's time to make the switch to tackle football. So I ended up playing tackle football all the way from second grade all the way until now. And yeah, my journey to Wisconsin, I kind of started out. They wanted me to kind of play linebacker and running back in high school. My dad overrid that decision and said, no, he's not tall enough to be a linebacker.
Yeah.
So he's going running back. So then I decided to play running back. Had a great time, got to learn from, some of the greatest backs like Barry Sanders. That was one of the guys I loved to watch. Frank Gore, Marshall Faulk.
Yeah.
So just kind of watching their games, I tried to take some pieces from that, which was, kind of leading up to then how I performed in high school, earning me an opportunity to be able to have those conversations to go to the Division I level. And of course, God was able to bless me with the talents. So, from there, I kind of learned and was under great. I was under great coaching staff, great players in front of me. I had Jonathan Taylor as like one of my mentors. So that was dope, especially now like everybody knows Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
he's one of the best running backs in this league. So being able to learn behind him and kind of look at how he goes about his business and how he kind of attacks every day and his mentality versus adversity. It was cool. It was dope because sometimes you'll have some good people in front of you and be able to see things, etc. But not of that stature.
Yeah,
usually,
yeah.
Jonathan Taylor is like a once in a generation type of player, and I was just thankful enough to be able to work behind him and learn the game and see how he sees it. So that eventually was able to venture off into Montana State with one of my coaches going from there from Wisconsin and coaching here, and was just breaking it down to me. And he knew I was a little shaky because I was like, I'd never been outside of Wisconsin, and you want me to move all the way West Coast? Like, I don't know. But then he kind of just described it to me and then got me out here. And from there, the rest was history.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You answered some of my questions I had. I think I had a question like what running backs inspired you, but you mentioned you played linebacker at one point. Did you have linebackers that you idolized as a kid, or?
I would say Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
I'll put Ray Lewis because I thought he was like one of the hardest hitting linebackers I seen when I was growing up, and I really didn't know any of the linebackers.
Right.
But then he came out actually with this workout where you had a deck of cards, and every card you flipped over, it was a certain amount of push-ups. You get to the Joker, it's 20 push-ups, and you got to run through the whole deck. So my dad actually showed me that, and we started doing that growing up. Yeah. So even though I didn't play linebacker, like Ray Lewis was a big influence just because of his mentality, how he influenced people. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That fits. You said you were too aggressive at flag football, so and Ray Lewis. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, outside of football, how was it growing up in Milwaukee?
It was good.
Yeah.
It's like every city. Like you got your parts where, you gotta kind of be a little more attentive, a little more aware. But it also has the great parts of it where. They have the downtown, they have the lake. There's a Discovery Center right there on the lake that they built, and it was a good time, and it was big enough where, kind of like Bozeman is, you kind of know everybody. Milwaukee was just big enough where it was like you knew everybody, but you didn't run into them frequent.
Sure.
So it was kind of cool. It was like, I guess your own little. How do you know? You got your own little band, everybody in your grade and your schools or whatever. But it was big enough that you could kind of get away from all that too and do your own things too. So, but it was dope down there. They got a lot of things you can do. They have Summerfest down there. It's a big concert that everybody goes to. Bring in a bunch of different people to come and perform from all ranges of music, country, EDM, house, rap music, old school. Like they covered everything. But then they just had so much stuff to kind of bring the community together, so it was dope.
So is Menominee Falls, is that like a suburb of Milwaukee?
Yeah, Menominee Falls is a suburb of Milwaukee.
Cool. So I understand you ran track as well.
Yeah.
Which, obviously the hurdles you're infamous now for.
Yeah.
But did you play any other sports at all, or?
I did. I grew up playing t-ball a little bit. I thought I was cool once I got my first glove. Thought it was the coolest thing ever. But like I didn't enjoy t-ball just because I wanted that challenge. Like I wanted them to pitch the ball.
Yeah, it's too easy just to set it up.
Like I wanted them to pitch the ball. But I played t-ball growing up. I wrestled a little bit in middle school, and that was fun. I think I would have probably wrestled a little bit more in high school, just because I enjoyed I used to do a little bit of jiu-jitsu too, so I was like, I enjoyed that type of stuff. But there was just too many weight requirements for me for wrestling and losing weight, gaining weight. I needed to be big for football. So that was the biggest goal. So.
Taxing on the body.
Yeah.
My nephew, he wrestled for Oklahoma State and Arizona State. So
that's dope.
Yeah, just watching him. I mean, he wrestled since he was like 3 years old. So.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like that's hard on like a growing kid, like cutting weight all the time and stuff. So.
Yeah, 100%. Like when you're trying to gain weight, at that age where that's the best time to really do it, it's hard. Like, and that was the biggest thing I had. Like it was never. I didn't like wrestling. I didn't want to do it. I wasn't good. I enjoyed wrestling. I couldn't commit to the weight change part. Just because of the goals I had in football, and I thought that would interfere with it. So but that's why I did a little bit of jiu-jitsu on the outside, so I could still get some of that work, but not have to go through the weight changes.
But I never played baseball. Nickel here, he's a pretty good pitcher, but
yeah.
definitely grew up a sports nerd. I played football, baseball, basketball, and growing up in Belgrade, we didn't even have some of the other sports like wrestling. We didn't have that. I don't even think they had. I think they had softball for the girls. They didn't have golf. There's like a lot of swimming. They didn't have. They didn't even have a pool at Belgrade.
Yeah.
So,
They
but
had
yeah.
AAU wrestling when I was a kid. So
That's big time.
I wrestled 6 matches, lost them all.
Yeah.
But I never got pinned. So
That's what counts right there.
But I
That's
didn't
what
really like
counts.
it either.
Yeah.
Like, my parents got me into it. 'Cause, like, my dad wrestled in high school. And just like, try this out. But
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it. So
Did you always know, like, kind of the music side of things? Like, that was kind of your guys' calling? Like, did you always know that growing up? Just knowing, like, you didn't want to do wrestling, you know?
I mean, I wanted to be an athlete. I've always been too small, you know.
Yeah.
I played football like 5th grade through freshman year, and my football career. When I started thinking about quitting, we played Helena High, and I was playing DB, and he went up the middle. I met him there, and like I brought him down, but he really tackled me.
Yeah.
He was probably like 240. I was like,
Oh, wow.
I was like $130 in high school. I swear. Like, I didn't lift weights or anything either. So that was like the end of football for me. I'm like, probably not gonna work out for me. Yeah. So, but as far as the music, I mean, I started listening to hip hop when I was like 9 or 10, and definitely fell in love with it, and just started buying equipment and learning how to make songs and all that. So I mean, it's always been a part of my life, really. So.
Yeah, that's dope.
I don't know. Pretty much the same for Nickel, probably.
For me, I would say it's kind of ironic because my sports journey kind of ended at the same time that I really got interested in music. I honestly just had a really bad coach one year in Little League, and I want to say it was my freshman year. Somehow I like led the league in most of the offensive stats, and then I was also like the best pitcher. But I didn't get chosen for the all-star team because there was so much politics involved. Mm-hmm. And that right there, my coach didn't go to bat for me. There was like a big meeting amongst all the coaches of all the teams in the Valley. And they basically were like, they kind of made an excuse and said that there was a game where I got thrown out because I said that a pitch wasn't a strike, that, or that it was, I just argued a pitch. That came in, and they basically, since I had a bad attitude, didn't pick me even though I was like the best player. And that kind of like, to me, I was like, okay, if this is how it is, and one of the coaches for the All-Star team, his son was the kind of person who like gets you remember when Jose Canseco got the ball, hit him off the head, and it went for a home run when he was playing outfield? That's the kind of shit that this kid did. He was terrible, but the coach's son made the All-Star team, and to me as like a young man, I was like, okay, I don't even want to do this anymore. Yeah. And that was at the same time when I started hanging out with people that were making rap music and just kind of got more interested in that than sports. I continued my basketball career, and I played all through high school, played varsity and stuff, but the other sports kind of took the back burner when I started writing music. And it's been from there, it's been pretty much consistent, just making music, and then meeting this guy a few years after high school, and as soon as we met, we just clicked up and been working ever since. So I think we're on like 24 years of making music together.
That's big time.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, been a while.
Yeah, a lot of crazy accomplishments together.
Yeah. How about you? Ever thought about making music or?
Not me,
Not
but
you.
I will say my brother and my cousin, they're big into music. My cousin, she performs down in Arizona, does a lot of live music. Pretty cool. Her band actually is all from Milwaukee, being in Arizona, so it's like it's kind of special to her as well. And then my brother, he makes all types of music. He makes kind of some of that underground music, sometimes some rap music. Sometimes slower music for the ladies,
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of let them do their thing in that, and it's kind of cool. Actually, I'm not sure if you guys were at that game or not, but the Yale game, my cousin actually sang the national anthem.
Yeah.
And that was dope. Like just being able to work that out with the school and be like, hey, you know, can I get my cousin down there to sing? Like, I promise she's really good.
Yeah. She
Awesome.
killed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
appreciate
there.
it. So yeah, I kind of let them, you know, handle all that stuff. I try to dibble dabble, ask my brother, hey, let me get on the open.
That's that teamwork.
Yeah, it's a quick no.
Sometimes you just have to know what you're good at and stick with it. But
100%.
Random question, but who, just because I don't have knowledge of it, who is significant in Milwaukee's hip hop rap game?
Ooh.
I can't think of any artist offhand that's from
Yeah,
there.
it's so there was actually a few. So kind of when I was growing up, there was more like the MT Twins, and you know Chicken P, and now kind of more today you have JP probably is the biggest one right now, just because he kind of took off on TikTok. You know he was a basketball player at Stevens Point. Everybody knew he could sing. Like everybody in Milwaukee kind of knew who he was, knew he could sing, and then he kind of took off once he posted some of them songs on TikTok, and from there, like he went insane with it. So JP is probably the biggest right now, I'd say. Lightress is probably an upcoming one, but yeah, not too many people know. You know,
Man, you'd be surprised. There's always, you know, there's always talent everywhere. They just don't get heard. You know.
yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Frank too. Big Frank's another one he kind of came up with JP too.
Okay.
So yeah, they're kind of doing their thing now, and it's cool because now you know Milwaukee kind of has like a name a little bit, and like I never thought like anybody would know like Milwaukee because whenever anybody hears Wisconsin or Milwaukee, they're like, where is that? And I'm like, you know, up there by Lake Michigan, you know. So like it's kind of cool now. Like when I came here to Montana State, like some of the guys knew Milwaukee and they knew the music that we had, and just because it was so popular on TikTok, on social media, and it was cool just to be able to kind of, you know, see other people that are kind of in the same, you know, society, or, you know, just kind of where I'm from, you know, just where I felt like before nobody knew where I was from when I say Milwaukee, you know. So now they kind of got a snippet, a little taste, like we're cool people, we're dope people, you know, energetic, love to have fun.
Sure.
So yeah.
No, that's a good feeling to get some recognition.
Yeah.
We're finally starting to feel a little bit of that with this festival. So
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I know how it is. People not knowing where you're from. Like, at least they probably knew Milwaukee or Wisconsin was in the U.S. Like, I've had people literally be like, "Montana, what country is that?"
Wow.
Like, I don't know if you've ever had that. But like,
no, I haven't had that one, but definitely. I mean, we might as well be Siberia. Like we're nowheresville.
Anyway, so 3-star recruit coming out of high school. You end up going to the University of Wisconsin. Did you have other big schools recruiting you, and how did you end up choosing UW?
I did. So I was number one in my state for running back. I was like nationally 30th or something like that, 32. But I was talking to Alabama, FAU, Tennessee, Texas. Like there was a bunch of schools I was talking to. I ended up getting offered from LSU, USC, Notre Dame, Wisconsin, and Buffalo. But for me at the time, you know, I was kind of thinking, I want my family to be near me. I want them to be able to attend the games. And at the time, Wisconsin was one of the top programs, you know, especially for a running back. So I ended up getting that offer probably around junior year, like start of junior year around. And when I got it, I always told my family, if I get the Wisconsin offer, like, come in right away. I didn't expect it to be like one of the first 2 offers I got, you know. And once I got it, I just committed. Part of me kind of wishes, you know, I was able to go out and just adventure, just because the last time a recruit from Wisconsin had offers from Big Ten schools, SEC schools, or any schools above, you know, the FBS level, it was Melvin Gordon. So, like,
Wow.
my dad's message to me was, even if you knew you wanted to go to Wisconsin, like, you should take all these offers. And I didn't understand that, or take all your visits. I didn't understand that when I was a kid. But I appreciated it a little bit more now when I was older, because I was like, man, it would have been cool just to be there and see it, and kind of see what some of these Florida kids, Texas, Cali, what these kids experience like it's normal. That wasn't a normal thing that was talked about in Wisconsin. So yeah.
Yeah, I figured it probably had a little bit to do with, just growing up there and being
Yeah.
around your family and stuff. But,
Yeah, had to be around the fam. My mom just had a daughter to my sister, so I was like, yeah,
Okay.
I got to stay around the fam a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay. So you go to UW, and you mentioned you played with Jonathan Taylor. I
Yes,
think
sir.
would you overlap a year there?
yeah, we were there for about a year. I got to sit there under him for that Rose Bowl year that we went and played Oregon with Justin Herbert and Justin Flo. But yeah, like being able to learn behind him was big time.
Yeah. I see you nominated him for the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yeah.
He accepted.
Yeah,
so.
he did. I was hoping he did.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. That was tight, man. That was tight. So after he left, what did the running back room look like there?
So then it was kind of, it was kind of crazy because we were in that COVID time. And so there was a guy, Garrett Groshek. He actually came out when I was training for my pre-draft. So it was like Frank Gore, Brees Hall, JT, and then Garrett Groshek came. And it was kind of cool just to be around those guys. But he was there, and then we had Jalen Berger. He was at Michigan State and then UCLA recently. And then we had Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi. So we had a pretty deep running back room, backs that could all play. Groshek went to the league. Braylon's in the league. So it was a lot of competition, a lot of love though for each other. But it was cool because you knew you were at what we at the time were saying it was the pinnacle of running back universities, right?
Yeah.
So we knew everybody there was really, really, really talented, and we could learn something from each other all the time. So it was just constant competition. So.
Yeah. So I assume that kind of led you to the decision to enter the transfer portal.
Yeah. I forgot my guys too. Isaac Garendo and Nakia Watson were there too.
Okay.
Great backs.
Man.
But yeah, that eventually did lead into my decision. Just because when I made my decision to leave, I probably already went through 4 or 5 running back coaches. I had 3 different head coaches. So it was just like, for me, it was like, all right, I've done my time. I've done my 4 years. I got my degree. I've been loyal. It's kind of time for me to venture off and kind of try to create an opportunity for myself. Just because it was so packed there. Any of us could have played. We just don't have enough spots on the field for everybody to play at once. So
exactly.
Kind of had to look for another opportunity.
Yeah.
I was thankful that Cats picked me up. So
Yeah. So you mentioned one of your coaches kind of led you to the decision to come here. Mm-hmm. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So Coach Johnson, he was a former NFL player as well. Came back. He was actually coaching D3 at the time, I think, and he came back from that school and got an opportunity to coach for a year at Wisconsin. And then kind of that was a time where we were having the head coach change. So kind of when that head coach changed, he was only there for a year a little bit, so he ended up taking that different opportunity to come here with the Cats. And I was still there, so I stayed there for 1 more year, finished out my degree. And then once I decided I wanted to go into the portal, he probably hit me up, probably 2 weeks or a week after I hit the portal. Other teams that already hit me up at that time, but he reached out to me. He was like, man, I got an opportunity. I don't want to sweat you into it just because, we have a relationship and I coach you, but it's a pretty dope place. Yeah. I was at the same place you're at, and I'm telling you, I'm enjoying my time here. So I trusted him. and I decided, like, hey, let's give it a shot. Why not? I was just nervous,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd never been outside of Wisconsin.
Did you come check it out beforehand?
Yeah. So I came on a visit, and I was there with Coach Price and Coach Mix, and those two guys, they created a great experience for me.
Yeah.
And also Sean Chambers, he was a quarterback at the time.
Yep.
So he was kind of my host, and they took me around town. I got to meet a bunch of players, got to meet a bunch of the community, and it was dope. Like I fell in love with the place. It was genuine people who cared, and not saying Wisconsin they didn't care, just that the intimate relationship you kind of can have more here, versus that bigger scale, I guess organization. It was just a little bit different. I could actually build relationships with the people that I met here. Versus Wisconsin, I could build a relationship, but I might not see you again. I might see you every 3 years,
Right.
So it was pretty cool. It was dope.
That was kind of leading to my next question of, just what the difference was coming from such a big school to Montana State.
I would say, like, honestly, there are some differences when you look at some schools in the FCS. But the cool thing about Montana State was it was pretty similar to FBS. The way the program was ran, the way the workouts were ran, nutrition, the way we're going about our health, our training, rehab. A lot of it was similar. And for me, that was a big plus because it wasn't that big of a change for me. Now, if you want to go into players-wise, like there might be a little bit of a difference in that.
Yeah.
But that's probably the biggest difference is maybe the D-line, O-line. And that's not everybody. There's just as a collective.
Yeah.
And I would say maybe just size-wise,
Yeah.
Not skill, not how good somebody is. I would say just because in FBS, they're not really – I talk to a lot of people about this. They're not really like – there's some Jeremiah Smiths, there's some John Taylors, there's some crazy people that come out the FBS. There's some crazy people that come out the FCS. But the FBS recruits size requirements,
Okay.
If you're 6'2" as a D lineman versus 6'3", but you guys have the same skill set, they're just going to take a 6'3" guy, just because they're looking for certain metrics that's their standard. And, some of those guys that might not meet that threshold but are hell players might get bumped down to the FCS or lower FBS programs. And that's where it's kind of cool to see, like, there's a difference in the FBS and FCS, but it's not really a difference.
Yeah.
Like, certain spots here and there. But there's a lot of great players that come out of both. And I think it would surprise a lot of people that if they came and watched the FCS games in person too, like you would see it's not that different.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, FBS they definitely get their pick of the litter, I think, as far as players. So I mean, we've always kind of gotten the scraps here, but I mean,
you turn them into.
But now with the national championship, like everybody knows who we are now. So
100%.
I think we're gonna get some better players year by year. So
yeah, I think too the great thing too, I would say is being here in FCS versus the FBS. There's a lot of egos in FBS. FCS is kind of everybody wants to win.
Yeah.
It's not so much, and NIL kind of contributes to that in FBS.
Yeah.
Creating that because now people are playing for money, which you would do that more in the pros, right? Yeah. Now it's not so much. Let's play to win. Let's play to see how much NIL I can get, and that's not everybody, but it's a good amount because you're dealing with 18-year-olds coming in, getting promised $200,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Hard to say no to that.
Exactly.
Sure.
So yeah.
So you come in, you played the 2023 season, earned second team All Big Sky honors, and then you end up hurting your leg in spring ball. Mm-hmm. You miss the first 8 games of the 2024 season. Have to rehab your leg. How hard was that rehab? And was it natural getting back into the swing of things after that, or?
I would say injury is the craziest thing for athletes, just because you never know if you're going to get back to that same point. Especially if you have a big injury too. You never know if you're going to get back to that same point. For me, it was hard. Like I had a lot of conversations with my family. I had conversations with my coaches, but it was kind of just like it felt like you were missing out on everything that was going on when like all you wanted to do was be there for everything that was going on. So you had to find new ways to try to make an impact for the team and be there to help the team win without being able to be there physically to play. So it was hard. It was challenging mentally too. I had to get back in my Bible and start praying again and start really listening to the Lord, because for me it was tough. Like I never had a injury that was, I guess, in my knee that was like that. It was my first time having a major knee surgery, and I'm very like I want to feel 100, and if I feel slightly off, it's like okay, I'm gonna be a little timid a little bit. Come back from injury, so thankfully we had a great staff though. Brian that works at MSU, he's amazing. He did all my rehab. He does a bunch of the players' rehab really. But he does great work. Like he was able to bring me back pretty quickly. I felt great. That was probably probably the best shape I felt running wise here in Montana with elevation, just because I ran so much to get back. But I would say the only thing that kind of was like nerve wracking when I was going through it was cutting. Like as a running back, I got to be able to cut, and that was something that kind of I was inching a little bit more to test and see if I could do it. But ultimately, I came through the other side with support from the staff, players. They kept me going a lot too, just because they're like, nah, you're gonna do this. You're gonna come out the other side of this better. And I just put my full trust into them and God. So
yeah. So the Cats, they go 8-0 in that time. Like, how hard was it just sitting there watching them do that? And did you know you had possibly had like a championship squad on your hands at that time?
Yeah, like I would say because we had lost a bunch of pieces that were like older guys from before, so we had went in the portal, got a bunch of guys. So it was a bunch of new guys kind of playing and going into different positions, but I kind of knew from the jump, like, we got something here.
Yeah.
Just off everybody's individual ability. I was just like, yeah, if we can put it all together, we can do it, like, for sure. So it was hard being there, just knowing how much talent we had on the field and hoping I could bring, my play in and help everybody else succeed as well. It was hard. Like, I'm a competitor. I got a lot of passion for the game. I love the game. So anytime I could be out there, I want to be out there. And that limited me not to be out there with my brothers and watching them. It sucked, but it was like kind of that double-edged sword where I'm mad that I'm not out here, but I'm very happy that we're succeeding and we're doing what we're doing, and all the work that we have put in up to this point is like flourishing. And we can see it, and everybody else can see it now.
Yeah.
So it was dope. It was dope. I knew from the jump. I was like, we got a really good team here.
Yeah.
So I was just, that also motivated me in my rehab process, because I was like, I need to get back. Like, I want to be able to help this team win. So yeah.
Okay. You guys end up coming up a little bit short, 2024. What adjustments did you guys make in the off season going into 2025?
I think the biggest thing that we focused on was, all right, we've been there now. So what excuse can we use now? We know we're capable of it. We know we can do that. Now, what can we change? What little things can we do differently that will make a huge impact that we weren't doing before? So that's when we started implementing more of the mental side of the game a little bit more. Just because we know we're going to play in some hostile environments. Things aren't going to go our way. We're going to hit adversity. But who's willing enough to stand back up and keep swinging the whole time? Who's not going to cave in? Who's going to, So I think really just the biggest adjustment was going over the mental side of things and then really just pushing ourselves to a limit that we don't even know we could go to. And that starts with the staff kind of talking to us, and then us as the leadership council kind of implementing that and making sure we hold ourselves accountable and everybody else accountable, and know that this is not a let's attack one of each other. It's I love you so much and I love this team and program so much that I'm gonna hold you to the standard so that we can accomplish what we set out to do, because every team wants to go win the national championship, but who really wants to do it? Who wants to go through that process really? So a lot of guys will talk and say that, but when adversity smacks you, it's now they got a different response. So that was probably the biggest thing to.
Okay, so was it true you guys brought in like Navy SEALs?
Yeah.
To sharpen the mental, toughen the mental.
Yeah, so we brought in some Navy SEALs. Fortunate enough, one of our running backs, actually, his dad was a former SEAL, and he was a captain, and he led numerous teams, and now does that on the side and kind of coaches people on how to do it. So he actually came in. His name's Phil Cornichuk. He actually came in, and we were thankful enough that he was able to kind of share and teach us a little bit. But then he also did some exercises with us. So he, I was actually one of the guys that I had to get handcuffed around the stadium and put somewhere. And then we had like 6 or 7 different teams that had to work together to figure out different clues to be able to unlock me first and bring me back and rescue me. So it was some dope experience, some dope exercises that we were so blessed to be able to do, because not only are we going to be strengthen our chemistry, we're gonna have fun doing it too. Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
Wild, yeah. So you guys open 2025 season with tough schedule. Yeah. Play University of Oregon on the road, powerhouse. Yeah. And then second game of the season you play South Dakota State. What was that, a double overtime loss? Yeah. How did you guys feel about the year after losing those first 2 games?
I would say there was I think it was a reality check, to be real, because we knew we were good. We practiced against each other all day, every day for the last 2-3 months in camp. We knew we had a good team. Like, we were like, okay, got some playmakers. There's some guys stepping up, doing their job very well. We got a good shot here. Yeah. Went into those 2 games, we thought we were prepared, and quite frankly got humbled very quickly. Like, against Oregon, hey, maybe we're not as prepared as we thought. They're exposing our little weaknesses that maybe we were glossing over a little bit, right? Like, we're not going to do that in game time. So, okay, we lose to Oregon. Put up a great fight, though. Saw some potential in everybody. We're like, okay, we were able to make some plays still. All right, now we know we played Oregon. That's probably going to be a tough team we play this season. And we get into the South Dakota State game. We were doing very well. Very sloppy, though. And I think that was the biggest thing with this team, that we knew we were good, but if we won in sloppy fashion, it wasn't acceptable for us, Yeah. So we were having a very sloppy game. Wasn't going the way we exactly wanted it. Obviously, we wanted it to be a blowout, and it's Gold Rush. So, we're doing our thing, end up losing that game. And it was like, okay, you guys either are gonna want to crumble, or we're gonna go through the storm, and we're gonna fight it on head on, and we chose to fight the storm head on, and we had a few player meetings where we kind of got real and talked, where it's just us players, and I'll say too in that South Dakota State game, it wasn't not one singular play, but I took a lot of that brunt just because I had the last play of that game, and I told everybody on my team when I didn't convert that 4th and 1 that don't ever worry about that again. That will never happen again. I will do by any means necessary and get that 4th and 1. So I think after those 2 losses that we had, we just kind of had a reality check and humbling where we took it a game at a time, and our only job was to execute to the best of our ability. So
it was a fun game to be at. I mean, it was tough at the end, but I mean, I felt pretty good about the squad. You guys were fighting, so
100%.
I didn't feel too bad. Like I knew you started the season with a rough schedule, so
Yeah.
But you guys commenced to run the table for the rest of the season. You beat the Grizzlies 2 times. You face them last game of the season, then have to turn around, play them in the playoffs for the first time in school history. The 2 schools meet. How sweet was it beating the Grizzlies not once but twice in a season and doing so in the playoffs?
It was dope. We were excited. I mean, after we went in their house and was able to, like we say, walk in your trap, take over your trap, we were excited. When we found out, I believe it was that following, might have been the Sunday, they started doing the playoff selection and kind of where everybody was going to be in the brackets. Everybody was ready. We were like, we want Montana on this side. Yeah. We want them to come to our house. We don't want to see them in the championship. We want to see you guys to get there. And fortunately enough for us, it worked out that way. But it's just nobody runs from that game. Like we want that game. Yeah. We want to play in that type of environment, that type of competitiveness. 'Cause they're not going to lay down either. They're going to keep fighting. They know what's on the table. So being able to do that, and then it also becoming history as well. Like it's the first time we're ever going to meet in the playoffs. We're like, let's do it. Let's do it. So.
I mean, I can't lie. It was pretty sweet watching the Grizz fans leave in the end of the 3rd quarter. Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah. They turned real nice real quick.
Yeah.
So I won't say too much more about it.
Yeah.
But so you guys end up handling your business for the rest of the playoffs. You earn your bid to the national championship. Tell me how you guys were feeling going into that game.
Prepared. I mean, we started getting a very good routine and habit of meeting a good amount throughout the week. And with having that different schedule going down to Nashville, we had to try to figure out a way to fit that into the schedule. So we were make sure we were getting our extra meetings in, extra work, understanding, make sure we're all on the same page. That was probably the best preparation I feel like I've seen out of our team. Just because you could tell everybody was present. We weren't worried about where we were going after. We weren't worried about being back in boat. We were present. We were here in Nashville. We're here to win. That's what we're here to do. So it was kind of cool, like just seeing the guys kind of, take that serious and be about that. Yeah. Like I said, you never know. Like some people have different agendas. They want to have a good time. Even the young guys, young guys are sitting there like, I'm not gonna play, but in reality, their work mattered just as much as our work. Yeah. So it was dope seeing that they were locked in just as much. They were taking it serious as if they were the starters on the team. Yeah. So it was dope. It was dope. We were just overly prepared. We wanted to make sure if there was anything, our preparation wasn't going to be questioned. Everybody was going to be in the right spot at the right time, making the right play. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man, I was there. It was electric there. I can say that. Like that was my first time going. Yeah. My family's gone to like the previous ones, and I just couldn't swing it for those, but I picked the right one.
You did.
So you guys, you go into the game. You have a strong first half, decent lead at halftime. Second half, penalties just start killing you guys. Can you kind of walk us through that 4th quarter and how you guys were able to overcome all those penalties, just killing any momentum that you could build?
I would say the biggest thing was for us knowing that, the clock hasn't hit 0 yet.
Yeah.
As long as we have time on the scoreboard and everybody is dialed in, there's a chance. So we're doing very well. We're kind of, have executing at the level that we want it to be.
Yeah.
And then kind of that stuff started happening. And, usually I'm the guy that's fired up and trying to get everybody going and keep them in that same, but they already had that fire.
Yeah.
So now in this moment, I was kind of the guy that was calming everybody's nerves down. I was kind of making sure, like, hey, guys, that's good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. It happens. Watch it. Let's go. So it was cool to see, like, everybody had that fire, but they were able to flip that switch, bring it back to a calm level with the fire still in the back of their head to be able to go execute. Have that passion, be able to be competitive. So it was dope. Like, we knew we were going to have adversity, and that's kind of why we did all that training. That was another message, some of the other guys on the team were sending us, like, hey, we're prepared for this. We knew this was going to be a fight. We knew this is what we want. We want it to be in our hands. So yeah.
Yeah. This is kind of a cliche question, but like, how was that moment when the game was over? And
It was surreal.
yeah.
Like, oh man, like I don't even know how to explain it. It didn't feel real. Like,
Yeah.
genuinely, you were just looking at the score. It was like, whoa, the game's over. Like, we did it.
Yeah.
Like, so it's insane. It's unbelievable. A lot of emotion. You got everybody that has been supporting you all year there with you, and being able to come down to the field and celebrate it with us. It was something I'll remember forever.
Yeah.
Really. So.
I got to go down there.
Yeah.
My mom, she's like, I don't know, if she's 5 feet tall, that'd be an exaggeration probably. But I don't even know what players they were. A couple super tall linemen, and she was just like, "Can I give you guys a hug?" It was just wild, man. Like, seeing my tiny mom give players a hug. But so you win the Natty. There were a lot of celebrations around, Montana. Like, right after that, the parade and all that. I don't think you really got to do any of that. It seemed like you went straight into preparing for the draft. So can you tell me about where you ended up going, what you were doing, and how was draft day for you?
Yeah. So I ended up going down to South Florida, over in Pembroke Pine area, and I got to work with Adam Boyley at the System 8, and I was actually it was a great time because I got to be around Frank Gore, Brees Hall, Jonathan Taylor, Teddy Bridgewater, Malik Cunningham. But I got to be around a bunch of pros, and then also the guys that were trying to get drafted as well.
Yeah.
So I was around a great group of guys that were competitive, have been there before, and are well versed in that profession in NFL. So it was like, I got a Hall of Famer here. I got great people around me. How's what I wanted, Some guys just go to great trainers and just get some good training. I got to get some great knowledge and train. And they got to teach me a lot. We got talking about everything, life after, investments, real estate. We got talking about a lot of things, and then also ball. So it was great. Had a great time. Got some great work in. I always try to tell my guys to go down there and get some work with them because they do a lot of great work. But draft day or pro day went really well. I did my thing. I ended up getting mini camp with the Broncos.
Yeah.
So that went well. And yeah, now I'm just kind of trying to get another opportunity and stay ready. So I got to get ready. So
Yeah. The invite from the Broncos, how was that experience?
it was awesome. I got to network with a bunch of great players, former players. Actually, you guys may know Willie Snead. I got to connect with him down there. So that was dope. I also have a bunch of guys I used to play with at Wisconsin, Jordan Turner and Matt Henningsen. Matt actually used to play with me in high school as well.
Wow.
So it was great to see him again. I played with him at Wisconsin as well. And then also my strength coach from Wisconsin was there as well. So it was cool. Like I got to meet a bunch of new guys, a bunch of the guys that got drafted there.
Yeah.
Bo Nix was there, and then also get to kind of reunite with some of the guys I played with or was coached by. So
Yeah.
it was a great time. I did my thing, and yeah.
Have you had any other teams approaching you?
At this time, I haven't had any teams reach out.
Yeah.
But I actually just got with a new agency.
Okay.
So hoping to have some opportunity come out of that. Expected to try to fly out here on Tuesday to Ohio, work out with some coaches and see if I can get something shaken. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, my next question was, where do you see yourself this fall? So I think that kind of answered that. You're still working at it. You're still pursuing it.
Yes, sir.
In the event that NFL dream doesn't pan out, what plans do you have for life after your playing career?
Yeah.
Could you see yourself coaching?
I've had this conversation a good amount. I would say I would love to coach, and maybe the coaching on like a team and like an organization, maybe that down the road.
Yeah.
But I really do enjoy teaching people about the running back position.
Yeah.
Just because I think I look at it in a different view, not just like by the book, more of what does your athletic ability allow you to do, and how can you use that to be able to have an answer for different situations.
Yeah.
Never being stumped when a guy presents something to you and you're like, I don't know what to do. Always having something in your bag for that. So yeah, I think I would get into some form of coaching eventually. But yeah, right now I'm kind of working on, I had this med sales job lined up for some orthopedics and spine sales.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I also just started my business. I'm getting the website and everything figured out right now, getting some apparel. And it'll kind of be some running back training as well as clothing and apparel.
Yeah.
And it'll be called One and Only. So
Okay.
it'll be kind of cool to officially launch that, because I think, kind of my message behind that is stay true to you, stay true to who you are, because I think in this society we live a lot on social media. We live a lot on what other people think.
Yeah.
And there's only one you in this world. There's not another Julius Davis that is Julius Davis.
Yeah.
There may be different Julius Davis, but not me, Julius Davis.
Yeah.
So, and that goes for everybody. Like I and maybe it's a society thing, but I want everybody to know, like, just be you.
Yeah.
Be who you are. Don't change to be something you're not to impress somebody.
Yeah.
Obviously, you gotta not act a fool, but be yourself. Allow your personality to show, and remember, there's only one you. So.
Yeah, I feel like just the way society is with social media, kids, we grew up different. We didn't have that, so I feel like they feel like they have to be on there and have to be doing stupid stuff, and it's probably a lot of pressure there.
Yeah.
But I like your message, man.
Yeah.
Just do you. Don't worry about all that.
100%.
Do you have any advice for young kids in athletics that want to pursue a pro career, whether it's the NFL, WNBA, whatever?
I would say, don't allow yourself to lose confidence. That's the biggest thing you'll see in younger kids, younger generation. When you're growing up trying to accomplish your goals, you can lose confidence very, very easily. It could be from something somebody says, your friend, a coach. Maybe somebody is doing something that you're not doing, and you feel like they're getting praised more than you. So it's easy to lose your confidence. And on top of that, be the one to break that barrier. Why not? Put everything into that one thing that you want to do, whatever your goals are, and don't look back. Just don't let anybody tell you can't.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah. Solid advice, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, on a less serious note, locker room playlist. What's getting you amped up, whether it be for a game or just in the weight room?
Okay. I will say for the weight room. So I do enjoy listening to G Herbo. I like G Herbo a lot. Wilt Chamberlain in the weight room because like I got to get that dog. That dog got to come out in the weight room because we got to lift some heavy weight. Yeah. But it might shock you. Before games, I listen to R&B music. Yeah. I like to kind of calm. It's a lot of emotion. It's a lot of nerves. A lot of things going on. It's a big event, right? Yeah. It's a big operation. Everything that's going on on game day. It's easy to get caught up in that. You know, I'm going past the fans. That everybody's screaming, yeah. But I got to be able to still lock in on my job to put on a good show, a good performance for these fans that are coming to watch. So I like to listen to R&B music. I like to kind of mellow myself out, calm it down, and right before I go out, then that G Herbo might come out.
The last second. Okay.
Kind of crank it up, flip that switch. So I like to listen calm music.
Yeah. Okay. Who are some of your favorite artists besides G Herbo?
Ooh, I like Low Shimmy. Low Shimmy has grown on me a lot. He has a lot of versatile music. I feel like it still kind of gives you that rap, but it also is kind of like melodic, where it's like, okay, I can just chill and vibe. I love NBA YoungBoy. That's always on my playlist, no matter what. I got so many. Yeah. I listen to so many people. Yeah. I listen to everything too. I love old school Tupac. I love Tupac. Yeah. And I could probably create like a list of so much.
We might have to get with you for next year's festival lineup. I mean, we're old and out of touch, so we try to get with the youth.
I got you.
What you guys are listening to. But,
I had a few people ask for G Herbo.
Yeah. At least I know G Herbo. I know. Didn't we try to book NBA YoungBoy from the festival?
$750K.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That'd have been the whole festival right there.
Really?
Yep. So, you got any guilty pleasure artists you might be a little embarrassed to tell somebody about?
Yeah. So, okay, I got a few. Or I got two. I'll give you two. So, I'm part Latino. I'm part Mexican. La Chona is one of my favorite. Whenever it comes on, my hips get to moving, you know? So, La Chona is one of my favorite. And then Under the Bridge by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay,
I can sing that one. That's my shower song, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think you had a post recently. That was the song with it. So okay, Red Hot Chili Peppers. You mentioned you just went fishing. What other things do you like to do in Montana? And what do you recommend for people that might be coming for our festival this summer? Something to do?
There's a lot if you love outdoor stuff, there's so much stuff to do. I got into fly fishing kind of with some of my teammates that kind of brought me into their world, took me fly fishing. So now I'm into it. But I love going shooting out here. Yeah. Just being able to go out in the mountains, see the sunset, amazing. And then tubing here is dope. You get tubed through the river or the mountain. Yeah. Don't get an experience like that in many places, if any at all. Yeah. And then I also enjoy they have the side by sides, the ATVs out here. Yep. That's dope. Like you take some crazy trails and go to parts of the mountain that is like, oh my gosh, like it's literally breathtaking. We got to do that with the team as well. Got a whole little event. Nice. Shout out to ATR Summit. So there's a few things. Even in the winter, I would love to go snowboarding. I haven't been able to do it with. I'm a daredevil. Yeah. Like to go off jumps and rails and stuff, and it wouldn't be good for football.
Yeah, coaches are frowning upon that.
So I tried to stay away from that at the time, but to supplement that, I went snowmobiling. I went up to Yellowstone, snowmobiled that whole thing, 8 hour day on a tour. So that would be something I'd definitely recommend. But obviously they'll be here when it's warm
August,
out. So you got to do the ATVs. The
Yeah.
ATVs are
Yeah.
dope.
You need wind or water to
Yeah,
keep you cool
yeah.
for sure. No,
100%.
That tracks.
Bring a fan.
Right. So the in-game hurdles, I know you get asked about this all the time. You probably get sick of it, but how did it feel being on Sports Center top 10, and how do you make that decision in the game that you're gonna pull that move off?
I mean, that kind of goes back to like when I was saying, got to have an answer for everything.
Yeah.
Guys are gonna try to force you to play into their game, where I like to dictate kind of what goes on. So I might present to you one week, I'm running through everybody. I didn't hurdle not a single bit, but I might pull it out randomly.
Yeah.
In a situation where it's like you're giving away that you're gonna go low, So now I'm gonna do that because you gave me that opportunity, and now you're gonna fear that the entire time. So now I have the free range to be able to. I can give you a dead leg, run past you. I can spin off you. I can stiff arm you. I think that it's just going back to having a bag for everything.
Yeah.
Just have an answer. I never wanted to be stumped like with the guy, because there was a point in high school I played this team. Their name Marquette. It was a private school, so they had some good players and they recruit some of the best athletes from our school or our state. They hit me one good time in my quad, and from that point forward, I was like, that's I need an answer for this because I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
If you're coming straight on at me and you go straight at my quads, if I can't get lower than you?
Yeah.
Then what do I do? So that's when I started hurdling, and I kind of got a little bit of trouble for it in high school because it was a safety precaution. I did it anyways. So, yeah, you guys are gonna have to throw the penalty.
It's that or get your knees taken out, right?
Exactly. So I take that over anything. So it just kind of is more of an instinctive thing, and where if you think about it, you might be doing a couple front flips.
Yeah.
So I kind of just let it come to me. Like when that time comes and it feels right when I'm in that situation, I just do it. So.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys mess that one up.
Yeah.
It can go bad real quick.
I had one actually. It was, I want to say maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was against Eastern Washington, and this one was one of those where I had enough time to think like, "Ooh, I probably should not be jumping right now."
Yeah.
Because there's two guys there, and they spun me around like a helicopter.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So those are like the ones where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe this next week I'm gonna stay on the ground a little bit.
You can't do it every
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I've seen some of your high school highlights. I mean, I probably would have quit playing sooner if I had to play against you, man. Like that would have just been unfair to have someone like you playing out here.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I don't know if you've seen them, but
I haven't seen the high school ones.
yeah. I also seen the high school highlights where you had the short hair.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I didn't have all this hair.
Yeah, man. When did you start growing that out?
Oh, that was probably that was about my probably junior year of college, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe sophomore, redshirt sophomore.
Yeah.
I was trying to get waves at a certain point. You know how everybody wave check you. I was tired of getting wave checked because I didn't have waves under. I was trying so hard. So then, I was like, you know what? Let me grow out my hair. And I was kind of hesitant because I was just like, when I first grew it out in high school, it just grew out as like an afro.
Yeah.
I didn't have curls. I didn't have nuts. I was like, I don't want this. Like, it looked like I picked my hair out every
Like,
day.
it's not what I was going for.
Yeah, it's not what I'm going for. So I decided to just switch it up, and as I got older, I was like, let me try something new. I want to be able to braid my hair a little bit, so it ended up working out, and I grew it out. And it's probably like 5-6 years strong now.
Yeah,
I had a couple trims, so they get pretty long though. I look like I'm Polynesian.
It's the signature look now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He knows. So we got Rap in the Rivers Festival coming up in August. Hoping you'll be here for it.
Yes, sir.
What artists are you excited to see?
I'm definitely excited for DaBaby.
Baby.
Mexican OT.
Okay.
I'm excited. My mom actually just called me the other day, or earlier today, and she's like, "If you meet DaBaby, I'm gonna be so jealous of you." Da, da, da. I was like, It's all right. I'll make sure I don't meet her because I don't want you to. I don't want you to just get rid of me or something.
She can't disown you over that.
Yeah, no.
We'll see what we can do. We can't promise anything.
Yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of the festival, if you could see any artist next year, who would you want to see?
I'll say NBA YoungBoy.
NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah, let's get him out here, man. He's in Utah, so
You gotta help us get the sponsorships for that one.
Oh yeah, I got you. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do so. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Yes. What'd you say? 750.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We try to get him out here.
yeah, we tried to get a lot of artists, and sometimes it was the money, sometimes it was just unavailability, or just hard to get a hold of them. So
Yeah.
but
100%.
we're working to that level though, man. We're
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
that we can do something like that. So
Yeah, I mean, this is great. Like, I don't see anything else like this in Montana. You
Yeah.
know, so it's like you guys being able to bring this to the table is just. It also kind of gives like people who are not from Montana a little sense of like, hey, this is kind of like my hometown. You know.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I had stuff like this back where I'm from, but I come out here. There's a lot of country concerts, which is amazing. They have some great concerts here for that. But kind of the hip hop, R&B, like that type of scene, like it's dope to see that out here. So I appreciate you guys really.
oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
man.
Yeah, we're blessed to be doing it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, people just like to be entertained, no matter where they're at. So
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I got one last thing. You kind of answered this question earlier in your text message. I'm looking for this golf cart. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see it. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
From our childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a photo my mom took at the parade downtown. This has been missing since the 80s. I don't know if they used it in the 2000s, but I know 80s and 90s, this was a thing here. So I think we might have to do some investigative reporting.
Why do I feel like this is a Mike Hope question?
Yeah. It might be.
Where
Where
is
is it,
might be
Mike?
his.
Yeah, he's like, it's in the garage. I
Right.
didn't know you wanted it.
Yeah, man.
That would be dope to see though.
We
Wow.
gotta find this.
Yeah,
we
gotta
have to.
find this,
Whoever
so-
knows,
Yeah,
we need to know.
it's in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you one last photo. I think this must be Champ's dad.
What?
I don't know. That's not Champ's, so
Oh,
That's the OG.
he needs to hit the.
That's
weight.
the OG.
That's the OG. He's got a.
Oh yeah.
Up.
Wow.
That's the OG.
Yeah.
A little spotty.
Man.
Little spotty.
He's,
Hey,
kind,
that's dope.
he's kind of looking like some other school's mascot. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
name any names, but he's looking a little skinny.
That's dope though.
Yeah.
We should bring that back too.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe.
these are probably in a warehouse, just
Yeah.
in a crate, just dusty together.
Have
Yeah.
a throwback game.
Yeah, man.
That would be
Cool.
dope.
I mean,
Bring
Gold
that
Rush,
up.
let's go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's some OG stuff right there.
That'd be dope right there.
Well,
Yeah.
unless you got any questions, Nickel.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm just stoked you came on, man. Much appreciated.
Yeah, man. I just want to thank you. Gotta say, you're a down to earth, humble dude, and like stoked I got to meet you. Like I said, favorite player, so
That's right.
it's kind of like a dream situation for me. So. man.
I appreciate you guys.
Me too. Yeah, once again, people that are actually genuinely looking out for us and caring about whether Rapping the Rivers succeeds, people don't have to do that. So
Yeah.
much love, Julius Davis.
I appreciate
Teaming
you
up.
guys.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much. It's been an honor,
Yeah.
blessing really.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me on here.
Hell yeah.
Thanks
Yes,
a lot,
sir.
man. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Next time. Peace.